Time now for the Morning Rush.
And we start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. Big rain day for us here in New Mexico. Looking at widespread showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Models continuing to put out very heavy rainfall over western New Mexico and the higher terrain. Albuquerque looking at potential for widespread showers too. So make sure to grab that umbrella and raincoat. This continues overnight and even into tomorrow. We are still looking at widespread showers. Top threat here will be flooding, but also needing to watch for the gusty winds and lightning. Adam?
Thanks, Kristen. As you get ready to head out the door, we're following the day's top local stories, and we'll start with Fernanda Lopez in the Newsplex.
Adam, the prosecution in the murder trial for Sias Madrid is expected to call up its first witness this morning. APD Detective Jody Gonderman tops the witness list. Madrid is accused of pulling the trigger the night Monzano High School teen Jaden Chavez Silver was killed at a house party. The state will argue Madrid was seeking retaliation for a friend who was beat up at that house. The witness list also includes others in the car the night of the shooting and people inside the house party. Details on the teen expected to testify, who's already serving a sentence for his involvement, coming up in the 5 Facts. Crystal?
This morning, it's exactly 1 week since Hurricane Maria devastated Puerto Rico. The situation on that island is going from bad to worse. Most of the island still without power today. Supplies, food, fuel, fresh water, all running low. San Juan's mayor is calling it a humanitarian crisis as many criticize the efforts from the federal government. The Trump administration is now saying they will send more, possibly doubling the 2,500 active military forces to render aid to the island. The president says he'll visit on Tuesday.
Republicans in Washington, meantime, are looking for the next steps in their effort to repeal and replace Obamacare. This morning, party leaders are moving forward without pursuing their latest health care plan, saying they don't have enough votes needed by this weekend's deadline. President Trump immediately blamed Republican senators. He's already focusing on the next agenda item, tax reform, as he previewed a big announcement set for later today.
We're just 6 days away from the mayoral election here in Albuquerque. Today, UNM is holding a debate with Tim Keller, Ryan Colon, Gus Pedrati, Michelle Garcia Holmes, and Susan Wheeler Deichel. Debate questions will be from students. The audience will be able to hold up green chili signs if they like the candidate's answer, or a red chili sign if they don't. The debate is at the Student Union building at 5:30. We'll let you know what happens.
This morning, 10 people, including 4 college basketball assistant coaches, are facing corruption and fraud charges. Those coaches are from Auburn, Oklahoma State, the University of Southern California, and the University of Arizona. Prosecutors say they took cash bribes and kickbacks in exchange for steering their college players to corrupt financial advisors as they entered the NBA. The bribes ranged from $13,000 to almost $100,000.
New this morning, Saudi Arabia is announcing a royal decree is now in place allowing women to drive. I know 2017 this is happening, though. It'll be the first time in the country that women can legally get behind the wheel. The ruling is expected to go into effect by June. In the past, women have been fined or imprisoned if they were caught driving. Get this, women were finally allowed to vote in that country for the first time in 2015. Kristen.
Today's Metro Threat Index up to a 7, looking at scattered to even widespread storms and showers. Heavy rain in the metro area is likely, so we'll watch the flooding threat. We also have lightning and those strong winds out of the east, about 20 to 30 miles per hour, gusting up to 40. That's why that threat index is up to 7, likely to stay high again tomorrow. Sarah?
A local business is helping veterans cope with their emotions through art. Katie Neely Art Studio is holding the Facepalm Patriots Art Show on Veterans Day, featuring art made by veterans right here in our community. A portion of the proceeds will go to the organization Heroes Walk Among Us, with the rest going to the veterans who participated in the show. Veterans can submit their pieces until October 1st to be displayed at the art show on Veterans Day. Crystal?
Some NFL fans may be able to get a refund from DirecTV over recent protests during the games. The Wall Street Journal reports the satellite TV service says it will give subscribers their $280 back for the NFL Sunday ticket package if customers are canceling because they're offended by the recent national anthem protest.
The former CEO of embattled Equifax is preparing to testify on Capitol Hill in less than a week now. Richard Smith abruptly retired from the credit reporting agency yesterday. Earlier this month, Equifax announced that hackers had exposed the personal information of about 143 million Americans. That testimony is set for October 3rd. Kristen?
Time now for a check on traffic. No major crashes or incidents out there this morning. Our usual slowing, Paseo eastbound near Jefferson and Coors southbound coming out of Corrales, but likely because of the rain today, keep it a little slower than normal, and we'll keep tabs on it, let you know if we hear of any updates.
Brighter skies ahead for Snapchat users. The social media app just added a new tool that lets you add different effects to natural sky backgrounds like rainbows, sunsets. You can see stars and clouds there. The sky changing effects appear automatically when your smartphone detects a sky in the photo.
How cool is that? All right, take a look at this time-lapse video. The International Space Station recorded the aurora about a week ago. The spectacle starts above Canada, beginning over the California coast to North Dakota, then to Quebec as the day breaks.
Boy,
That's
that
so
is
cool.
crazy beautiful.
I know. All right, time for the 5 facts.
Start with number 5. A New Mexico family has a big idea that could help save lives. Tammy Robinson and her 5 kids have been putting together diabetic food kits for all Los Lunas schools. The idea came when one of Robinson's daughters realized her friend who has diabetes was trapped in another part of the school during a lockdown drill. The Robinsons have already put together around 700 bags of emergency juice and crackers.
It's a great idea. Number 4, Albuquerque could be one step closer now to adding the tallest building to the city's downtown skyline. The city's development commission unanimously chose the 386-foot tall Symphony Tower proposal as its top choice for a site at 3rd and Marquette, which is right across the street from Civic Plaza. Developers are now working to determine what kind of tax breaks they're going to need to make that happen.
On to number 3 now. A lot of attention is expected to be paid to a special APS board meeting, and it's tonight. It's over who could be there. Board member Annalie Maestas is accused of stealing from La Promesa Charter School. Earlier this week, New Mexico AG Hector Balderas demanded that she resign from the board immediately, saying she's no longer qualified. Last month, State Auditor Tim Keller revealed Maestas and her daughter embezzled nearly $700,000 while running La Promesa. Maestas responded saying that she's innocent. The special board meeting is scheduled for 4:45. We'll let you know what happens.
Number 2, in just hours now, an APD detective is expected to take the stand in the trial of a teen accused of killing a Manzano High School student. Prosecutors and the defense are moving on now to witness testimony in Sias Madrid's trial. He's accused of firing the gun that killed 17-year-old Jaden Chavez Silver at a house party in the Heights in 2015. An accused co-conspirator, Nicholas Gonzalez, is expected to testify against Madrid, saying that he had a gun and he fired multiple rounds at the home, hoping to hurt somebody. Madrid's defense says that story, though, is bogus. The trial is expected to last all week long.
At number 1, looking at widespread showers and storms today. Also strong winds out of the east. Biggest threat here will be flooding as well as gusty winds and lightning. Temperatures cooler today in the 60s. Back to the 70s tomorrow, but still likely to see the widespread storms.